afterward.
Can I get a little back from you?
Thanks.
Thank you.
You know, going.
You too, man. I didn't eat much today, man. I had like 1.5 meals today, man. I didn't even finish off my dinner. My stomach is shrinking, I mean, because I'm eating less. But yeah, another lonely, sober night. Another lonely, sober night. Boy, let me tell you, I wasted so much time in the past. Yeah, I don't want to waste any more time, man. The worst thing I could have done was get in a relationship when I was in my 20s, man. I regret that so much. I should have ended that relationship and moved on. I say within the first like 2 years, it should have been over. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I tried to end it. I went from my girlfriend's house to my father's house in Kansas City, Missouri. And I thought he was gonna help me out with the music and stuff, man. And that didn't fall through. You know, me and him couldn't get along, man, because of the past. He did too much. My dad did too much evil stuff for us to get along, man. You know, we couldn't live in the same house and get along, man. Not after many years of not paying child support, many years of neglect, many years of not sending me a birthday card or a Christmas card. Just many years of neglect. You see, that's when you let your dick get in the way, man. My dad, he's always let his dick get in the way, bro. Never could really talk to the man, bro. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't really talk to him. You know, he could at least kept the birthday cards coming. Even if he didn't have any money, he could have sent like a birthday card or a Thanksgiving card or something. But he never did that. He was always with another woman, man. He was always moving and about his. Well, he ended up dying old and alone, man. In his 60s, man. You know, being by himself so goddamn long. All that, you know, I don't want to repeat the same mistake my dad did. He blew his kidneys out, man. I don't know how he fucked up one kidney, but he was living with one kidney for a long time. And he just checked out. You know, they said it was COVID that killed him. I don't know about that. He probably had COVID and went to the hospital. But when you alone, man, you do a lot of stuff, destructive stuff to your body, man. And that fucking bitch, my ex-girlfriend, she left me when I was down and out. When I needed her the most, she left me. I didn't want to be with her either. I got tired of her daughter, man. Her daughter, Sabrina, just kept on fucking up shit, bro. Leaving her baby over for 3 days. That was a newborn, bro. It wasn't even 3 months old yet. And she's already pushing the baby off on her mom. And I said, man, you tried to help her. Don't help her out when you tried to help her. See, her mom gave her money to go to school and to better herself. She went out there and got pregnant, man. And then that caused more problems in our relationship. She brought that baby for 3 or 4 days, something like that. We didn't get no sleep. I called that baby a stupid baby. She got my girlfriend got mad, man. She's like, why you call him that? Why you call him that? She got mad because he is a stupid baby. Why are you bringing your baby over as young as the baby is? He's barely sucking out of bottles, okay? And you want to go off to a vacation, watch the baby, so you can get your freak on? Like, get the fuck out of here. I got tired of her and her daughter, man. That shit was driving me up the wall. That's why I'll never ever date a single mother as long as I fucking live. That left a fucking bad taste in my fucking mouth. No homo. Had to call it. That left a bad taste in my mouth. I am never ever dating a single mother. Especially if the kid don't look like me. Sabrina didn't look nothing like me. You know, I don't want to deal with all that. Sorry, I'm going to start my own legacy with a young female somewhere else who doesn't have any kids. It could be here, it could be overseas. You know, but boy, I should have kept looking for talent for my music. I shouldn't have gotten into an argument with that dude, man, at the show. Cause I was at a studio where it was charging us like $300 or $400 a month each, right? You had your own recording studio time and everything. And I fucked that up being a youngster. You know what I'm saying? I fucked that up. Cause then me and the manager got into it because he knocked up his wife, my ex-homeboy G. He not my homeboy no more. But he knocked up his wife and his side piece. So he was not able to pay for studio time anymore, but he was still coming around, trying to get free studio time, looking for freebies and shit. I'm like, nobody told you, bro, to go knock some female up while we up on this grind. You fucked up that shit yourself, bro. You knocked your side piece up and your wife up, bro. You wasn't wearing condoms, he just skeeting inside the coochie. And now he's probably still working at that mental home he was working at. You feel me? He just one of them dudes that just screwed everything up, man. And then he tried to come along and leech off studio time, man. It was just like, bro, I can still pay for studio time. You can't. That was your fault that you got a baby on the way, or two babies, and you paying for diapers and formula, and you can't afford to do your thing anymore. You can't afford to pay for studio time. So he came through and just fucked that up, and I let him, man. I got into an argument with him, and then I got into an argument with the manager that was leasing the place to us. So then I had packed all my stuff up out of there because it was using my speakers, okay, that cost $250 each. My monitors, they're speaker monitors, they're recording, specialized for recording. They were using my monitors and they were using my keyboard. And I know they sampled my keyboard, man. I'm not stupid. I left my keyboard in there. That shit cost $2,000. Okay, all the fucking goddamn hard work and the sacrifice, just went down the drain. That was a good keyboard. That Roland Phantom, that was one of the best keyboards I had, bro. My other keyboard I had cost like $1,000. Okay, so this is an expensive hobby that I was doing, man. I was spending loads of cash, and I was working, being a security guard and shit. Just trying to support my habit. I went to LA once to the ASCAP convention. I met Chamillionaire there. I met DMC. I was supposed to have met Justin Timberlake and Jermaine Dupri, but they didn't show up. This is back in 08, man, or 07 or something like that. And I was on the grind, bro. I was 27 years old. You know what I'm saying? Just freshly new to the world. And I was out here just getting my grind on. And then as I kept on hanging around her and her fucking stupid ass daughter, the drive just slowly got sucked out of me, man. I stopped making beats. Then the economy crashed. You know what I'm saying? So I really got off track then. I was going to every single goddamn club, hooking up with females behind my ex-girlfriend's back because she didn't have an ass like that, and the females I was dealing with had ass. You know what I'm saying? They had some nice big asses and shit, and that's what I like. I kind of settled for her, man. When you think about it, my ex-girlfriend, I settled. I could have did better. I could have got a female that didn't have no children, man. I was young, and I was still dating women who didn't have children. So I was so fucking stupid. And let me get this water real quick, man, because we got a bag. We got a plastic bag. Want to put it in one of these plastic bags. You know, I was so stupid, bro. I was out there dating a single mother that didn't have no booty. Her titties were flabby. You know what I'm saying? The only thing she had good to her was her skin tone and her face. That was the only thing really good about her. She had no hourglass shape below the waist. And believe me, if she would have had an hourglass shape, we wouldn't have been together for that long, okay? Because she would have had way more options. When a female got an hourglass shape, she got a lot more options than a female who's shaped like Gumby. You know what I'm saying? With no shape. Flat booty and everything. What's up?
How are you?
I'm good, man. Man. Miss my friend, man. Hey, what's up with it, Darian Johnson? Make sure I got enough water, man. Cause I be. That's it, boss.
That's it.
That's it, boss.
$4.47.
I don't need to change the pin.
All right, Ross.
Thank you, man.
Have a good day.
You too, man. I gotta replace this with a. Hold on 1 second. Shit. You got a garbage here?
Huh?
You got garbage?
That red one right there.
Oh, trying to get rid of this other bottle that's empty. Just replace it. Hold on 1 second. We got to throw this outside or something. Or throw it in the garbage can outside. Because I'm making sure I got enough water for tonight. Ugh. Okay. Thank you. You too, man. I should have got loose from that broad and continued my journey of doing music. I should never have stopped. My big mistake was stopping. I could have got a hit. My life could have been fabulous, man. I could have been living in a Hollywood Hills somewhere with a nice big old booty freak. You feel what I'm saying? You know, messing around in that relationship taught me a lot. It taught me to, like, get your shit together. You feel me? Get your shit together before you enter a relationship. Before you even start dealing with women like that, just make sure you stay focused on your goals and drive and your passions until you reach those goals and those and the passions and stuff that you're passionate about. And stay passionate about everything that you do. Don't sleep with no broad, man. Don't move in and cohabitate with no woman, man. See, the thing is, I didn't have no family support either, man. That was killing me, man. I had zero support, zero. Everything came out of my pocket, man. You know, I saved my money. I bought music equipment, but it was hard for me to travel when I kept on spending money in a relationship. See, when you're in a relationship, man, you're spending money. That's money that could be going to your dream, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's money that could be going into the dream that you're trying to reach. You see, you worried about love and relationships when you should be looking at the bigger picture, which is getting rich. It's more important than fucking being in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Becoming well off. But we wasn't taught that coming up, man. You see what I'm saying? We wasn't taught that. Taught relationships, be in a relationship, be married, be this, be that. Let me drink this water before I toss it. We wasn't taught that, hey, stay focused on your dream. The women will be there once you get your bread ready. The women gonna be there, bro. The moment you get that bag, go be there. Stay focused. Stay on your path. Don't slow down for nobody. Not no female. Nobody. Don't slow down. Don't do it. Because she's not worth giving up your dream, man. That female is not worth giving up the dreams and the goals and the passions that you have, man. And then what happened was, you know what I'm saying? When we broke up, I still had all my music equipment with me. I had a van, right? And I didn't pay on the monthly. I didn't pay on my van monthly. And a repo man came and got my van and took all my music equipment with me. I mean, with them. I was so angry. That was a lot of music equipment, man. With 2 keyboards. One worth $2,000 and the other one was worth a G. The Triton TR. That was worth $1,000, man. The other one keyboard was way better. It was called the Roland G Phantom 6. Okay. You know, that was the one. You know, that was the beast, man. The sounds on it was realistic. I mean, I didn't even really master that keyboard. No, you know, until I lost some time ago. I didn't even master the keyboard. I didn't get a chance. It was still kind of brand new. Shit. I only had it for like a year or two, man. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get to master the keyboard. You know what I'm saying? If I had this a little bit of help, a little bit of support, I could have made something of myself. Timberland, he had the support of his parents. That's the reason why he became Timberland. He had the support of his parents. See what I'm saying? He had the support of his parents, man. That's why he got to where he got. I forgot to check my ticket, man. Yeah, that's the reason why he got to where he had to go. Man. You know, he had. Man, really? All right. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
You see, people had the support of their parents. I think Dr. Dre, he came up in an era where rent was very cheap, so he was able to do beats inside his apartment and stuff. Because back then, in the 80s and 90s, things were so cheap, man. You could set up you could rent out a house, man, and set up a little studio in your little house or whatever. You know, equipment was a lot cheaper to get your hands on. Okay, so everything was a lot cheaper back then, so you was able to set up shop. My problem was when I had the music equipment, I had nowhere to record, man, because everything, the rent was so goddamn high that I could not rent a small apartment by myself and set up my studio. You feel what I'm saying? I couldn't do that. It was too expensive. That was back in 2012. So I was in a fucking van with all my expensive music equipment, okay? And I got a job in San Jose. That's how I ended up in San Jose, man, because I couldn't find no jobs. I couldn't find a job over there where I was at. I had to travel to get to a job because I was putting in applications like I was a madman, okay? I was putting in applications like I was a madman, and then couldn't find nothing, but I found something in San Jose. So I packed all my stuff and went to San Jose, and I became a mall cop and shit. You know what I'm saying? With the big ass hat and the Segway. You know what I'm saying? Making about $11 an hour back in 2012. Okay? So I'm 32 years old, and I got all this music equipment, you know, with me. Still had big dreams and everything. You feel me? Still had big dreams. And I lost a job at the mall spot. Did I get fired? I can't remember. I think I quit or something. I got tired of that fucking shit, man. I worked there for about a year. Okay? I worked there for about a year, and then I didn't have no money to pay on my shit, man. And I think I got fired. Something like that, and I couldn't afford to pay on my van. So they came along and took everything. They took my van and my music equipment, $5,000 worth of music equipment. Pro Tools was not a fucking cheap program. That thing cost over $500. And then you got the keyboards, priced at $3,000 combined with both of them, okay? And then you had to get a good mic, paid like $300 for a good mic, okay? So shit it wasn't cheap. And I was on the grind, and I let a relationship slow me down, man. I let a solid relationship slow me down. When I could have been and should have been breaking up with that female and getting with the motherfucking niggas in the music, I should have been searching for talent, like, for the most part, instead of being in the studio making beats and rhyming on the mic with my whack ass rhymes. You feel what I'm saying? Now that I look back, I'm like, God damn, nigga, I could not rap. I wasn't even on beat. Some of the times I was on beat, some of the times I was off. And I got okay, I got mediocre with it, with the rapping and shit, man. And I'm like, what, 26 years old? I'm still young, I'm still able to become a rapper and shit. I started rapping when I was 20 or 21 or something like that. You know, but I was whack. I can look back and be like, damn, I was whack, bro. All you had to do was go find some talent that could rap and put all your energy in them. And I did. I went out and I found talent. I didn't know what to do with them because I was too young and inexperienced. You feel what I'm saying? This over here. I was too young and too inexperienced, man. And if I go back in time, man, I definitely would have did things differently, man. To speed things up, I probably would have, I probably would have not made any beats. You know, I had all the recording equipment. I knew how to record. To speed things up, forget about making, you know, what's up with it? To speed things up, I would have never had made beats and I would never had raps. I would have been looking for talent. Like, I would have did what Diddy did. I would have just fucking just went in there and just worked with the talent. You feel what I'm saying? I was like, okay, that sound good. We're gonna take that off. That's all I would have did. I would have been like, oh no, take that out. That don't sound good. Okay, put that in there, and then record that shit. Give it to the engineers and stuff, and let them throw the reverb on the clap. You know what I'm saying? And I would have did. You know, I would have let the engineers, took it to an engineer, let him mix the shit out of the beat and the vocals and stuff like that, and I would have been done. Move on to the next. Get the next beat, man. No time to be sitting there making beats. You're just putting a whole lot of strain on yourself, man, to make beats and rap at the same time. That's too much. You know what I'm saying? For one guy to handle, man. Especially when you're not very good at making beats. I was okay. I got better. I did beats for 5 years, man. Let's see, so 2002, all the way to 2010, well, a little bit longer than that. I started slowing down after I met my ex-girlfriend, because we hit it off in 2006 and 7, okay? And then, as the years were going by, the drive, music, nothing. All my music equipment was catching dust at her house, okay? No songs are being recorded. At one point, I wanted to record because Sabrina had moved out with some dude or whatever, man. You know what I'm saying? She moved out with a dude, and then I was going to use her studio as a recording. Use her room as a recording studio. You know, I started setting up all my music equipment and everything in the room. And then next thing you know, this bitch come walking back into the house talking about, me and what's her name broke up. Can I stay here? I'm like, damn, no, I'm trying to start recording again. Why you gotta come back now while I'm setting the music? So then this bitch moves back in. I had to take all my music equipment down from the room. And I'm like, ain't this a bitch? I'm trying to get my motivation back, get back into recording, and this bitch decides she wants to move into the house now. Right when I was setting up all my music equipment. You know what I'm saying? And that was really fucked up, bro, that how that all just it just came. It's the timing couldn't have been any worse, man. You feel what I'm saying? 2012, that's when I didn't do no music after that, man. It was over. It was a wrap. You feel what I'm saying? I just think I should have been a little bit more smart about how I operated in the studio. You know, I should have been more, what they call it, more smart, more intelligent, man. Fuck it. If you can't do beats, if you can't rap, don't do those, man. See, the thing is, I didn't know myself. I didn't know that I was a whack rapper. I didn't know that I was a mediocre beat maker. I didn't know that about myself. See, when you know yourself very well, man, that's when things can happen. You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers, they go in the industry, the music industry, and they know themselves. They know that they can't rap. They know they can't make beats. They suck at it. But they know, you know what they good for? Finding talent. They can go find talent and they know what sound good. They can do that and be part of the process. You feel what I'm saying? And get paid at the same time. So you don't have to, if you're a whack rapper, bro, you gotta listen to what people are saying. Okay, you sound whack man on that track or whatever. Okay, fuck it, rapping ain't for me. Or you start making beats, people don't like your beats. You have a hard time selling your beats and stuff like that. Okay, making beats ain't for me. I'm just gonna have to start recording, and what I'll do is I'll go get a tight beat from somebody who can really make beats, and then bring it back to the studio, make the track, and then move on to the next. Just buy beats, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of like A&R motherfuckers do anyway. A lot of managers, they go out and they buy beats. They don't sit there at the keyboard making beats all day long. That was my big mistake, was like sitting at the keyboard making beats all day long with no talent to go over it. Now, I had a few rappers I was messing with back in the day, but I didn't know what to do with them. I was so young and so immature, bro. I didn't think that, hey man, you doing this, your whole livelihood is at stake here. You have to make sure you get a hit, man. You can't sit here and be in the studio all night long with just nobody. Nah, you gotta go out and get your talent, man, and bring them back. You know, a lot of times I couldn't even trust people to come to the studio. You know what I'm saying? Cause motherfuckers, they'll steal your music equipment and shit. You know what I'm saying? And all the rappers, I had rappers coming over, and one time I had a bad experience in that studio where one of the rappers brought a gun. And I was like, man, I should have been patting motherfuckers down, man. You know what I'm saying? Before they come into the studio. You know what I'm saying? You know, because motherfuckers, they got guns and stuff. You know, one of the rappers did, and I was like, man, you know, I ain't fucking with no more gangster rappers, man. So then I started, you know, trying to mess with the pop motherfuckers. And a lot of motherfuckers, they didn't have any drive, man. That's one thing about, I noticed a lot of cats, like when I was working with some artists, they'd rather be at the club chasing hoes, or like they'd rather be somewhere else, or they didn't show up, or, you know what I'm saying? It was a lot of guys who just wasn't serious about their craft. And that's what, you know, that's where you go wrong, is when you're not serious about your craft. You see, you gotta like, hey, this is everything I have. I can't fail at this, and I'm gonna succeed, and I'm gonna keep going until I succeed. You see what I'm saying? And we was goofing off, young. You know what I'm saying? And we did make songs, we did make beats, and I was in the studio, I was working. Don't get me wrong, I was putting beats together, but was I getting that shit to the right hands? No, the shit just stayed in the studio. I think we recorded a song called Traffic. It was a good song. It was a hyphy song back in the day. That's back when the hyphy movement was going on. It was 2008, okay? And it was called Traffic, right? And we supposed to have performed that song, man, but the dude that I got over the vocals, man, that came with the vocals, he didn't show up. He didn't want to perform the song. He'd rather stay at the studio and make a little bit of money in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dude, I showed up. Where were you, man? You supposed to fucking, you supposed to perform that song and you didn't show up. I called you, you didn't pick up. And I was like, wow, these dudes really don't want to make it, man. They rather sit in the studio. They got cats like that, man. You feel me? They got cats out there like that. They'll sit in the studio and make beats and songs, but they'll never put their stuff out. I was like, wow. How you gonna get the feedback back, man? How you gonna get feedback? You hear what I'm saying? How you gonna know what's hot and what's not if you don't put your shit out there? And I was like, damn, man. The same guy that knocked up his side piece and his wife. That guy was a disappointment, man. When he rather get pussy, that's one thing that would destroy your dream. It's pussy, bro. Women dealing with these females, bro. Because most women are dream killers, bro. They don't give a fuck about your dreams and your ambition and your hope. Most women are fucking dream killers. And my dream got killed by my ex-girlfriend, bro. I should have listened to Tom Leykis, bro. Tom Leykis back in the day, he said women are dream killers. And my ex-girlfriend was a dream killer. Because I couldn't even talk about music at dinner with her. At the time, I was fucking just motivated. I was young. And we went to dinner one time and I was talking about music this and music that. She was like, can we stop talking about music now? And I said, fuck it. So I shut up, right? Now I'm young, I'm 26, 27, 20, 28 years old, and I'm all about that drive, you know. I'm talking about, yeah, we're gonna hit. And she was like, I don't want to hear to talk about music, talk about something else. And that's what really was killing the drive, because I couldn't talk about music with her. I couldn't talk about my passions and stuff with her. So the years kept going by, and my drive just kept getting weaker and weaker and weaker, and before you know it, I'm a party animal. I'm out at the clubs, bars, all that other stuff, downtown where we lived at. I was there. Bars, clubs, man, I was hollering at hoes. I was always getting drunk, you know, taking bitches back to the hotel, banging them bitches, man. Banging them hoes. You know what I'm saying? And I look back and I'm like, God damn, that's a waste of goddamn time. Man, that's why I say stay away from females. That's the reason why I ain't stepped to boobs like that. I ain't stepping to the Indian girl like that, because I know what it's all about. Dream killers. Women are dream killers. Not all of them, but most of them. I say 90% of them are dream killers. They could care less about your drive. They could care less about your ambition. They could care less about your dreams. They don't give a fuck about that. They want to have a family. They want a career, you know what I'm saying, and shit like that. That's their motivation. A career and a family. Now you're trying to get rich. You're trying to be above the careers. You're trying to make tons of dough, millions of dollars. You feel what I'm saying? What's up with it? Captain Commander, what's up? What's up with this Joey Finglish? You know. What's up with it? 2018, what's up with it? Captain Commander, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So here I am, a young, hungry cat, making beats and rapping. I don't know why I was rapping. I sounded garbage, man. I guess people didn't want to tell me how whack I was, but I did get better riding the beat and shit and rhyming more and shit. You know, I did get better like that, man, but I just didn't master it because I was spreading myself too thin. It's either you're gonna do beats or you're gonna rap. You can't do both. You notice Kanye West was never as good as his beats, man, when he rapped. You feel what I'm saying? His beats sound better. He's better at beats than he is rapping, man. Because he didn't really master the art of rapping like that. He was good, don't get me wrong. Kanye West was good, but he wasn't excellent. He wasn't like Jay-Z or Nas. He wasn't like them. You hear what I'm saying? Because that's all they did was rap. They didn't make no beats. They rapped. That was it. That's how you get good at. You do that one thing. You try to do rapping and beat making, you're gonna be mediocre at both of them. You feel what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, don't get with these women, man. When you on the come up, when you trying to make things happen for yourself, stay away from females, bro. They are dream killers. Especially if she doesn't have nothing to do with your goals and your passion. Like if she's designer and your music. No, there's nothing we could talk about. I can't feed off you. You can't feed off me. We're gonna clash a lot because I'm passionate about what I do and you're not. So we're not gonna get along. You know, that's why I stopped fucking with the dog lady, man. Because me and her, we don't get along. We don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. So you can't mix two colors together and get one. No, you're gonna have a combination of both. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you can't mix, macaroni and what else? Macaroni and pizza together. It's not gonna work. You feel what I'm saying? A macaroni pizza, it's not good, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be good. It's carbs on top of carbs and pasta. Like, man, no, it's not gonna work. You feel what I'm saying? So if you got goals and got passion, stay away from relationships, stay away from women, period. Pump and dump at will if you can. You get the coochie, you leave. How come you're not committing to me? How you? Because we are not on the same level. We're too different. I got dreams to become a big music man, and you do fashion. We're not gonna get along. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm into. So yeah, just like Tom Leykis said, bro. Tom Leykis himself, he could not say it any more realer. Okay? He couldn't be more real with it. Women are dream killers. Especially if she's not on your path with you, man. You feel what I'm saying? Here go the questions. Why are you at the studio all the time? Why you ain't coming home? Why you coming home late? That's the stuff that my homeboy had to hear when he got home straight from the studio. You know, you was out late. Where were you? You were at the studio? Asking questions and shit. Nah, man. You notice, like, I got my dream killed by a female, and he got his dream killed. He got his dream killed by a female. Me and him, we both was doing music. He couldn't afford music time no more. He couldn't afford music time. He couldn't afford the studio and the music equipment, more music equipment. He couldn't afford none of that shit no more. He knocked his side piece and his wife up, man. So messing around, it destroyed everything that he was working on. You hear what I'm saying? And me messing around, I didn't knock my girlfriend up, man. But just being around her, it just totally just killed the drive. Slowly but surely, I stopped making beats. I stopped making songs. I stopped pursuing the music. 2008, the stock market crash, I became a fucking party animal. I was 28 years old. And that's the biggest regret right there, is like starting to become a party animal and getting off track. You feel what I'm saying? Now that I see all the mistakes now that I'm older, man, I'm like, damn, that shit was a waste of fucking time, bro. You feel what I'm saying? And now I got more wisdom and I'm older, and I know nowadays, hey, you got a dream, you got passion, stay away from women, bro. While you doing it. When you get the money, then you can start mingling with the women, and bro. Now You know, now you can go out there and start dating and shit like that, bro. Don't start dating if you're on a mission to get the money, bro. You feel what I'm saying? If you're on a mission to get the money, don't start dating. Don't start. You feel what I'm saying? Do not start dating. Finish off your schooling, whatever you're doing. School, music, TV, Hollywood. Bill Burr said it himself, bro. Bill Burr said the same thing, bro. He said, I stayed together by myself and jacked off for 5 years until I made it into show business. And I made it. He said, fuck it, I'll just rub one out and go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? He was like, because the reason why I wasn't dealing with no women when I was trying to come up, and then Bill Burr is a comedian. He was like, the reason why I wasn't dealing with no women when I was coming up, because women do not understand what it takes to be successful. They don't understand it. They don't. You feel what I'm saying? It's like talking to a fucking brick wall, basically. You know what I'm saying? They do not know what it takes to, you know, to become successful. So he said he stayed 5 years single. For 5 years he was single. Rub one out, go to sleep at night. That was it. That was his favorite line, rub one out. You know what I'm saying? So now that I gotten older, I started realizing, like, yep, that was me being stupid, getting into a relationship with a dream killer. And did she kill my dream? She did. Did she kill? Did my friend's wife and his side piece? Did they kill his dream? Yeah, they did. He ejaculated inside of both of them and got them pregnant. So that destroyed the dream right there. You feel what I'm saying? That destroyed the dream right there. He could no longer pay for studio time. He could not pursue his passion. And it takes money to pursue that passion, bro. It ain't cheap. You feel what I'm saying? You know. So anyway, I'm about to end this live, man. You guys have a good day, man. I just got to the spot. You know, I just had to get that off my chest. Now that I look back, I can see it clear now. I can see it clearer. Back then, I couldn't see nothing. Too young, too stupid, bro. Too immature. That's what it was. I was too immature. That was it. I should have been like, no, we need to save some time. I need to go out and get me some talent, and I need to not make beats. We need to get the talent first. I would not make another beat until we get the talent in here. Without the talent, you're not going to be able to push your music. It's going to stay in one spot. You know what I'm saying? Depends on how talented your artist is how you going to roll. You feel what I'm saying? I would have been wasting no time. I would have went straight to networking, looking for talents. I would have been making beats alone, and I would have just talked to everybody. And you know, all the artists. I would have went to freestyle nights, or I would have went to open mic nights and stuff, and try to pick the rapper that I like the most out of all of them, and walk up to him when he's done rapping and be like, okay, hey man, I got some beats, man. Come by the studio, give him my card and shit. I like the way you rap, bro. Come by the studio. You know what I'm saying? And I would mold that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, on my own, man. You know, I'm a little older now, so, you know, fuck all that jumping over the fence. No, I'm gonna jump around the fence. I mean, I'm gonna buy beats. I'm gonna sit there and make beats. That's a waste of my time. See, I thought in my head back in the day, sitting at that keyboard making beats, and you don't even have the right talent to go over it. So it's just a waste of time. No, get proper sounding beats that's already good, that sound good, and sound really professional, and it's better than yours. So no, get that beat right there. Get the sick ass beats and shit, and then go find the talent and bring them back to the studio. That was so simple. But yet, I did do it. And I got talent, but I didn't do nothing with it because I was so stupid and so young. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, you guys have a good night, man. I'll see y'all in the next one. When I wake up, man. What's up with the kicks you just got in here, man? I'm about to end this live real quick. You know what I'm saying? So women, like overall, bro, I know you just got it in here, but overall, women are dream killers. Please stay away from them when you are on the grind. Stay away. Just don't go near those females, man. When you on the grind, do not go near those females, bro. Have sex with them, but after that, get your pants on and get back to your craft, bro. No committed relationships. You feel what I'm saying? No committed relationships, no spooning, no cuddling, no kissing, none of that shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Don't do all that, man. Don't get distracted. The money's more important, bro. The more comfortable lifestyle, that's more important. Or you'll be living in regret forever if you go ahead and live with that woman or be with that female, man. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, damn, my dream is done. Yeah, because she didn't have the same dream as you, man. You should have been listening to Bill Burr and Tom Likas. You know what I'm saying? You should have been listening to both of them. You know what I'm saying? Women, what do you say? Women are dream killers. And what happened to me when I got with that female? What happened? My dreams got destroyed, flushed down the toilet, never to return, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's true. You know, some women, they don't understand that. You know, they how are we dream killers? How are you? Because you don't have ambition and drive. You're not, see, it's just, men are more like motivated to get the bag than women are, because we know that once we get the bag, there'll be a lot more women to choose from in this lifetime. Your options will expand endlessly, okay? Once you get that bag, your options open up like a sea, okay? You'll have a sea full of women coming at you. You feel what I'm saying? As long as you stay broke, your options will be limited, okay? Very limited. To the point where, like, sometimes you will have droughts. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we're motivated because we are more motivated to become successful, because women are always talking about how broke you are, you know, and this and that and this and this. You feel what I'm saying? You're not respected until you get the bag. So it's just a lot of pressure and a lot of focus and a lot of effort to get that bag, because you wanna feel like a man. You wanna feel like you got control over your life and shit. You don't wanna feel like a scrub. You know, if you don't get the bag, you a fucking loser in their eyes. You feel what I'm saying? You know, and we want to be that provider. You know, we want to provide, protect and provide, right? We want to do that. We want to be able to play the man in the relationship. We don't want to play the woman in the relationship. We want to be the man in the relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Because a broke man, he not a man until he get the bag, bro. He not. Until he get some real money in his pocket, he ain't no man yet. You feel what I'm saying? You guys have a good night. I'm out. Peace.